Hello everyone and welcome to another video of the Sky channel. So I was in a little bit of a dilemma. I just got another copy of the Saharan Silver Ant and I really want to make it 7-star. But I am pretty low on exotic shells and I have a lot of other places where I need to use the exotic shells. So I was wondering, do I really need Reapmaster at 8-star? And essentially, since I plan on replacing Reapmaster with Saharan Silver Ant in the PvP unit, the question became, do I need Reapmaster for PvE? Because if Wise Berserker can perform better than the Reapmaster, I might as well just use some of the exotic shells to get Wise Berserker up to 5-star perhaps, and then the rest of the exotic shells can go to my PvP unit. And I thought other people might be thinking the same thing. Perhaps you have a high-star Reapmaster and you're wondering if you should be using Wise Berserker instead. So this test might help you answer that question, as I'd like it to answer my questions as well. So for context, the Reapmaster is 8-star and it is level 30, giving it an extra 34% attack, which is probably the only thing that matters when it comes to Pangolin, and it is Golden Awakening. On the other side, we are going to have Wise Berserker, which is 2-star, level 23, giving it a 21.9% attack, and only Blue Awakening. That being said, that is the maximum you could get it as of this moment because of the fact that you can only get one item per week. Now, if the Wise Berserker at 2-star, Blue Awakening, and level 23 Awakening can do damage similar to Reapmaster at 8-star with Golden Awakening, that tells me that perhaps I no longer need all of those exotic shells to be held by Reapmaster, and potentially I could just use them in the Wise Berserker, and any extras that I have, I could use them in the PvP unit. So what we're gonna do is similar to the test that we did for Leaf Devourer, Wise Berserker, and Golden Crystals Awakenings. We are going to test out this Wise Berserker with the 8-star Reapmaster and compare them in their effectiveness in the Pangolin. Given that we only have 15 attacks to spare on the Pangolin today, we are going to have to divide it such that 7 attacks will have Reapmaster in row 3 with the skill attack mutation, and then 7 attacks are going to have Wise Berserker in row 3 with the skill attack mutation. In all 14 of the attacks, Saharan Silver Ant, which is always going to be in row 2, is going to be carrying the attack mutation. Of course, Gold Armor with Gold Awakening is going to stay in row 1 in all of the attacks as well. And of course, we'll be using the Deadleaf Mantis at 11-star with the Devil Flower Helper. So without further ado, let's get started with the first unit with Reapmaster holding the skill attack mutation. And as the reports flow in, we will take a look at how each of the ants are performing, but at the end we'll see them all in a graphical representation to make it easier for us to understand. So of course you can take a look at the reports, but you don't need to memorize all the data because we'll have them in the graphical format at the end. Time to begin. Alright, the first report, 1.29 billion damage, which is actually pretty nice. Let's take a look at which ants are responsible for this score. Gold Armor, 217 million, which is okay. Saharan Silver Ant, not bad, 413 million, really cool. And Reapmaster, look at you, 475 million damage. Reapmaster, as always, a little bit of a moody ant. Sometimes it can go really high, but you gotta rely on luck. This seems like a pretty nice score for Reapmaster. Let's see how the other 6 attacks go. Okay, a second one, 1.23 billion damage. Another nice one actually. And let's take a look at the ants. This time Gold Armor, almost 300 million. Pretty nice. Saharan Silver Ant, consistently performing well, 417 million. And then Reapmaster, 339 million, which isn't bad either. Now we got 5 more attacks with this unit, so let's see how they go. Third report, a little bit of a drop. You can see 951 million. And let's take a look. Gold Armor, 177 million. Saharan Silver Ant, still not bad, 334 million. But this time Reapmaster dropped to about 264 million. The fourth report is back up again, 1.23 billion damage. Gold Armor this time 238 million. Saharan 448 million. And Reapmaster 361 million, which isn't bad at all. Fifth report, 1.54 billion damage. And I'm assuming this time Reapmaster probably went all out because that is a really high score. Alright, gold armor actually, wow, 419 million. So maybe it's the gold armor doing the tricks on this one. Saharan Silver Ant, almost 500 million damage. Wow, 489 million. And let's take a look at Reapmaster, 450 million damage. Wow, all of the ants are pretty high performing this one. Everyone crossed 400 million, which is really cool, of course. Sixth one, another big one, 1.52 billion damage. And let's take a look. Gold armor, 332 million this time. Saharan Silver Ant, 457 million. And Reapmaster, 556 million. That's the highest I've seen Reapmaster do. Wow. I guess Reapmaster really wants to keep its stars. I was actually hoping it wouldn't do amazing, so I could just remove its stars and put all those exotic shells in other places. But, well, sometimes Reapmaster likes to surprise us all. And this is the last report of this unit, 1.34 billion damage. And here, gold armor did 216 million, Saharan Silver Ant 375 million, and Reapmaster, again, extremely high, 566 million. Ah, well, looks like Reapmaster's keeping its stars. Unless, of course, Wise Berserker can surprise me. That's what we're gonna find out in the next 7 attacks. So now we'll be using this unit, Wise Berserker, going in row 3 and also holding the skill attack mutation. And let's see how it goes. The first report, 1.13 billion damage. A little bit of a drop on what we've been seeing, but let's take a look. Gold armor actually went big this time, 342 million damage. Saharan Silver Ant, 312 million damage. And Wise Berserker, 279 million. Still a chance for Wise Berserker to cross Reapmaster, and I'm hoping it happens in the next few reports. Report 2, a little bit better, 1.24 billion damage. This time gold armor did 226 million, Saharan Silver Ant 379 million, and Wise Berserker 443 million. That's the spirit. We're increasing our scores, and hopefully it gets even better than this. Report 3, 1.31 billion damage, which is nice. Gold armor 329 million, which is a pretty high performance from gold armor. Saharan dropped a bit, 287 million, and Wise Berserker 506 million. That's right, looks like Wise Berserker is doing quite well now. I can already feel the exotic shells going to Saharan Silver Ant and the other PvP ants that I need them for. Not that I have any bias against Reapmaster, of course. Report number 4, 1.28 billion damage, of which gold armor did 261 million, Saharan Silver Ant 508 million, and this time Wise Berserker 315 million damage. Not too bad. Fifth report, 1.28 billion damage. Gold armor 206 million, Saharan Silver Ant 408 million, and Wise Berserker 468 million. It seems to be putting up quite high scores. Report number 6, 1.23 billion damage. Gold armor is this time 355 million, which is a really high performance. Saharan Silver Ant dropped to 276 million, and Wise Berserker 403 million. Not bad. And the final report of this unit, 1.17 billion damage. Gold armor did pretty big this time, 370 million. Saharan Silver Ant 308 million, and Wise Berserker 300 million. Not bad. While we're at it, take a look at the scores of the other members that are joining my rallies. Silverstone 3.5 billion, and let's see which ants are being used. Crimson Pearl at 7 star, nice, 677 million. Emerald Jewel Ant at 7 star, 892 million, and look at Saharan Silver Ant, 1.6 billion damage. Why doesn't my Saharan perform this well? And look at Ukron with 4.6 billion damage. Okay, what is he using? Well, he is using the Black Velvet, which is that new ant. And look at that, even Black Velvet is doing like 906 million damage. Quite impressive. But you know, Black Velvet has the ability that it makes your back row do a lot more damage. So I guess we're going to be surprised when we see the back row. But let's see row 2, Emerald Jewel Ant, nice, 1.2 billion damage. And Saharan Silver Ant, no surprise there, 2.12 billion damage. Wow. Alright, since our attacks are complete, it's time to take a look at the graphs and see how the two ants performed. So we can see each of the 7 attacks here. Reap Master is the blue line while Wise Berserker is the orange line. Now if you were to ignore the last 2 attacks of Reap Master where it pretty much went all out and did over 500 million damage, Reap Master and Wise Berserker were coming off pretty similar if you ask me, right? So Wise Berserker had a really low one and then it actually became fairly high in the next 2 attacks and then it dropped a little bit low, but Reap Master had something similar as well. It did decent and then it dropped and then it dropped really low and then it got a little bit higher, right? So the first 5 attacks, if you ignore the last 2, Reap Master and Wise Berserker were coming off pretty similar. It's only when you start considering the last 2 attacks when Reap Master pretty much went all out and Wise Berserker actually dropped its score a little bit in the last 2 attacks, and that's probably what made Reap Master come out on top when it comes to these reports. And this sort of is one of the biggest problems with Reap Master, right? Like, look at the highest that it's gone. Like, that's a crazy high score. But look at the lowest as well, right? It's extremely low. So Reap Master, extremely moody ant. You never know. It might be hitting massive hits or it might just completely fail and score extremely low. And here's the summary statistics. Now, I will say that it's not crazy different. Like, the difference isn't huge. If you look at the average, Reap Master's average is around 430 million, which is, of course, pretty nice. But Wise Berserker isn't too far off. It's 387 million. If we talk about the maximums, Reap Master got to 566 million, while Wise Berserker got 506 million. So a little bit close there too. The minimums, you can see Reap Master was 264 million, while the minimum of Wise Berserker was 279 million. And when we talk about medians, Reap Master's median was 450 million, while Wise Berserker's was 403 million. So just viewing this, it does give me the impression that even though Reap Master is coming off a little bit better than Wise Berserker, things are probably going to change once I get Wise Berserker to Orange Awakening, and well, if I get it to 5-star. Because right now we are comparing Wise Berserker at a significant disadvantage. Reap Master is all the way at 8-star, Golden Awakening, level 30, while Wise Berserker, as we saw before, is only 2-star and it's just Blue Awakening. And if you look at the promotions, the next promotion from blue to purple is actually going to increase the damage dealt to Groundhog and Pangolin from 40% to 50%. And if you get a Golden Awakening, it's going to go all the way up to 60%. And the difference that we're seeing in the graphs, my assumption is that the extra bonus is going to get just from the Awakening going all the way to Gold is probably going to put it ahead of the Reap Master, even if I don't raise the stars. That's my assumption, because based on these tests, I don't see a very huge difference. In fact, if Reap Master hadn't done those outliers with those amazing huge hits, perhaps Wise Berserker might actually had come out on top. So at least for me, after looking at all this data, I feel a little bit confident that my PvE scores aren't going to drop substantially, even if I revert the stars of the Reap Master. It might drop a little bit, but once I get Wise Berserker to 5-star and Golden Awakening, my scores are probably going to go back up again. And honestly, the other thing that I'm considering is the fact that I really need those exotic shells. So it's time to use all 22 of my degenerate shells. By the way, if you're about to do this and you have another ant that you can get all the way to 8-star, don't do it like this. It's much better to use the special ant conversion because that actually helps you save a lot of honeydew because you don't have to go ahead and level up the ant all the way through. It also saves you from losing a lot of spores because it transfers the stars and the skill levels directly, so there's no spore loss. So especially 8-star, you'd be losing a lot if you do it the way that I'm about to do it. I really don't have enough copies of any of my good ants to make it all the way to 8-star. I'll probably have to live with 7-star. So in my case, it's gonna have to be this. Hopefully not a mistake, but hey, 147 exotic shells for me to use anywhere I like. And since we're at it, might as well just revert the Awakening as well. Boom. Okay, so the sad part is that the experience actually went down all the way to 0. I was hoping I'd keep the experience just in case I decide to star it up to 8 star in the future, but nope, it goes all the way down to 0. So unfortunately, it's a big hit on my honeydew. So if you can, try to avoid it. Better to just do star conversion if possible. If not possible and you're stuck like me, then perhaps you can just do what I did. And since I still have you here, I do want you to know that you can get between 10 to 35% bonus on in-game purchases in the Ants Underground Kingdom. The steps are quite simple. All you need to do is follow the video that I'm linking to this video, and you can also click that button that's going to appear at the top right of your screen to go to that video. The latest promo code is going to be in the name of that video, so you will know which promo code to use to get these amazing bonuses. And as the promo code changes, I'll update the title of that video. A lot of other people are taking advantage of this. Feel free to check it out. If you have any questions, you can join our Discord and I can guide you through the process as well. Okay, so I hope this video is helpful for you. If you liked it, please like it, please subscribe to our channel and join our Discord because we have a lot of cool people there who can help you out and give you amazing guidance. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you in the next one.